Alright guys, welcome back to the Frugal Homestead. So today I wanted to go through all the updates we've made to our tiny home. Now, to start off with, you need to understand that we have been working on projects here and up at the house, so stuff hasn't been happening as fast as I personally would like, but then again, what are you gonna do? So today we're enjoying this wonderful windy autumn day, and we're gonna show you everything that we've done so far. So, to start off with, the line is there to be hooked up for the temporary power. The new ground line is almost drove all the way in. And we have buried the line all the way down to the building. Now, this line was harder to bury than it looks because it all is hand dug. And you can see it kind of shears like this because there is some fill in this ground. Now, it comes down into this corner of the building and then comes out right here. Now I'll be moving it to somewhere in here. That way as you come in the door, if you want to turn off the main power and leave this building for a while, you'll be able to just shut down the breaker and walk out the door. So I just believe that's the best setup for us because like I said before in previous videos, we may not be here year round, or if we want to leave for an extended period of time, we can shut it down that way. So moving on, probably one of the things we're most proud of at this point in our journey is this floor I'm standing on. So just with the situation, everything going on, every concrete guy I know or I've called is super busy. On top of that, getting trucks is a total pain. It's an absolute pain in the butt. They want to send them out on days it's going to rain, or they want to send them out super late in the evening or super early on Saturday morning because all the other times have already been filled. All these time slots have already been picked up because people are so far behind getting their work done. And I can understand that. So we opted to go ahead and buy hand mix and pour it ourselves. We were lucky enough that two of our sons showed up to help, and I am very proud to say that we poured this floor in about 2.5 hours. That's with cleanup and everything. Now, mind you, this is not a drive-on floor. This is a walking-only floor. So it's only poured about almost 3 inches deep at most places. That said, it's a self-floating floor. In other words, there is metal in this. In case it does crack, it won't separate, but the floor itself is not poured between the beams. Only the doorway actually goes between the beams. The rest of it is free floating as a square on its own all the way around. So that gives it the flexibility to move a little bit without cracking. I really enjoy the fact that I can count on my sons to show up when it's really something serious. And they showed up that day, they came to play, they went hard, and we busted it out. I actually took some time lapse, so it was really cool, a fun event to actually get done. We all sat down and had some pizza after we were done, and it made for good family time as well as getting some work done. Big project off the list, super happy about that. Alright guys, so what we got going on here is a little bit different than probably most people are used to in their homes. So just to put in perspective, about 2 years ago I bought an entire utility shower unit. That's the walls, it came with the faucet, the shower head, it had the base and all the hardware needed to install it for $200. To explain to you how much times have changed, that same base for that utility shower is $250 at Home Depot now. That's insane. With that in mind, I went back to the old ways of doing showers because I used to work for a handicap construction company and we had to do poured shower tile floors. The reason for that is because of the wheelchair weight and the area they needed. Now luckily back then we had bigger areas to work with and it was quite easy. But when you make it a smaller area, it becomes a lot harder to get enough fall to bring your water to the drain. And you also have to mix it extremely dry to keep the strength of the concrete. It'd be super easy to mix this super wet and then just make your shape. But the problem with that is you get pooling of water, which messes up your fall, and the concrete's weaker. Now generally when you do this poured shower floor, you use a liner and a kit with an adjustable drain, and then you work to that. Now since this has nothing under it except ground, we went ahead and just silicone coated everything in here, all the wood and the edge, and then the floor will be siliconed on the upper part later because this is a wet area, bathroom area. And we went ahead and poured it, but I let my wife Missy work the drain. So she created the fall all the way around to allow the water to go back to the drain to run it out as gray water. Now it's important to understand that this place is not going to have a septic system, only a gray water runoff. All right, so doing this is the only real wet surface we have that's actually going to go out of the building. Now, if you kind of look at it here with the level, there's plenty of fall in here from corner to corner and corner to corner. What that allows is the water to run down to that drain with no issue. I think she did a fabulous job on this. I'm going to take a Sawzall, go around it, and then we'll have a drop-in drain cover that goes down in that hole. But first, both the floor over there and this need multiple coats of concrete sealer. Obviously that floor over there will be tracking snow and stuff in because that's going to be our entrance. But this, being a shower, you got to seal it over and over and over again. We could go through and paint it or put tile on or whatever, but we're kind of finding that we're okay with it being this color. We just need to make sure we seal it real good. So in the comments, go down and tell Missy what a good job she did, because I'm very proud of her. This is not something that's easy to do, to make that fall in like a 24-inch run. So the last and most impressive thing that we've been working on so far, the thing that has me feeling like we're really gaining ground on this project, is the metal. So we had started gathering up all the metal we needed for the sides and stuff, found it at a good price, went and got it picked up, got it back here, and I just thought, when am I gonna have time to do this? But my beautiful wife came out, helped me. With us saving all the time by the boys showing up to do this floor, it opened up more time to be able to start hanging the metal. Now, it has been challenging, the wind and the weather, and then of course we had to build our tiny house right next to a walnut tree, so you got these big old walnuts falling on your head, you know, black walnuts, and it's just like, can this get any harder? But we powered through, persevered, worked well as a team, so we have part of the front here put on. We have this side completed all the way down. The back we're still working on. We're holding off to that last because that's where the windows are going to go. And then we've got all but the cut piece on this end done for this wall. Now, we still have not fully decided what we're doing with the gables up there. That's still in discussion. But I'm feeling really good about it, and the biggest reason I'm feeling good about it is it poured down rain, stormed last night. I mean, it stormed hard. And this place stayed dry. The upstairs stayed dry, the downstairs stayed dry, the concrete stayed dry. Very happy, very happy. And we're just getting started here. So I feel like we're moving way ahead of schedule. We are way under budget. So that's always awesome. But we continue to just push through, and everything we do seems to be coming out quite well. Now, we don't expect anything to be perfect. We are not spending the kind of money to make it perfect. We're spending the kind of money to make it last longevity-wise, but yet keep it cost-effective. Now, as you can see, a few rainstorms, that white metal will clean up real nice. Honestly, I'm very happy with how it's coming out. Our screws may not be the straightest. We're gonna snap some lines and screw off all the metal as you do. But when you're just hanging it and you're hanging off a ladder, I'm not gonna get overly impressed about how I put the screws in, because as long as they stay in there and they're watertight, that's what matters. But I feel like we're really getting somewhere. I have some major stuff I'm getting ready to get done. Our friend's here. That's who you heard calling. That's our hawk. Always here, every single day, riding the breeze, just hanging out. Hi, buddy. But anyways, life is good for us. We're working hard to achieve our goals, and of course, when you work hard to achieve your goals, you got to play hard. So we have been taking some time to ourselves lately, which probably has slowed down the work a little bit, but I feel like everybody around us is trying to help us get to where we need to be, and I can't appreciate that more. So I just want to tell Chris and Shane, I greatly appreciate your help. I greatly appreciate the fact that, you know, like Shane, who's a newlywed, his wife was pretty calm about him coming up and basically giving up his Saturday morning to help us. You know, things like this will help us move along, and we appreciate it. And then we appreciate you guys coming and watching, because we're sharing this with you just so you can see what we're doing, how we're doing, but it's also so that you guys can kind of see that anything you want, you can have. You just have to work at it. You can't give up. You know, every step we take in our lives, we want to show everyone else that you can take whatever steps you want to. You don't need to go live in a tiny house. But that's just what we want at this moment. But get whatever you want. Make sure you never give up, because there's always a way. But with that said, you've seen the update, you've seen where we're at. I can't wait to bring you back to show you the next round of updates, because that's when we're really gonna get some stuff done. This thing's gonna take some serious shape, and I will make sure that I put this camera on wide and we kind of give you a true aspect of what it's like to kind of tour through every room, because by then we should have some walls up. But with that said, if you haven't already, and I don't know why you wouldn't have, go down, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you see all of our upcoming videos. Make sure you hit the like and hit the comments and tell us what you think so far. And make sure you go down and tell Missy she did a good job on that drain. I'm telling you guys, I've spent hours working over those drains trying to make fall on a 4 foot by 4 foot. That's a 2 foot by 2 foot. That is not easy to do. And I think it came out awesome, and the finished product is gonna be beautiful as we're doing it country style. So until next time, I will see you